sure if you're ready for it yet. I keep thinking about something you said. It's been stuck in my head all day. There's a side of me you haven't seen yet, and I'm not sure if you could handle it. There's something you do that drives me wild, but I'll let you guess what it is. I've got a confession to make, but I'll only tell you if you're ready. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. Make everyone crave your attention. Here's the secret. Be less available to make people miss and value your presence. Keep some secrets about yourself to trigger curiosity and keep people guessing. Give genuine compliments that make others feel special and keep them coming back for more. Choose carefully who you spend time with, making your attention feel special. This was just a small demonstration of human weaknesses. Join the Zoltium project and master the art of control. Navy SEALs use this technique to never freeze in dangerous situations. Here's the secret. When you feel fear or pressure, move immediately. Action breaks paralysis. Control your breathing. Fear speeds up your heart, but slowing your breath overrides panic. Attack the problem, don't react to it. The first to move controls the game. In dangerous situations, hesitation is the last mistake you will ever make. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Make people say yes every time you ask for something, whether you're selling, negotiating, or asking for a favor. Here's the secret. When making a request, remind them they're free to refuse. For example, you could say, "Would you like to donate?" But of course, you're free to say no. This attacks right at their ego. People hate being told they're not capable or that they are weak. They will agree with you just to prove you wrong. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Picture this. At a family gathering, a relative starts asking intentionally about your personal life and future goals, looking for a chance to tear you down in front of others. Respond casually with, "If I share all my secrets, you might get bored. Let's keep it fun." Or a more humorous response could be, "Wow, I didn't realize I signed up for an interview. Let's keep it light." This is how you take control. For more powerful responses, check the caption below. Now, join the Zoltium project and become powerful. Do this if a girl breaks up with you or leaves you for another guy. Instead of sending angry texts or begging for another chance, try this. Simply say, "Okay, cool, that's it, nothing more." It shows you're not desperate and that you're better off without her. This calm and unexpected response makes her think and question her decision. But you should never go back to her, because if she's left you, she's no longer interested. Cut her off and move on. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Ask this one question to know if she likes you or not. Casually ask her, "What are the qualities you like in a guy?" She'll start listing the traits she wants. If she's basically describing you, congratulations, she likes you. If most of her list sounds totally opposite to you, like someone who's a good cook and your only cooking skill is boiling water, she's politely asking you to get lost. People feel safe telling the truth when they don't have to say it directly. Join Zoltium and dominate the game. Make her insecurity your secret weapon to make her addicted to you. Here's the secret. Women don't bond through compliments. They bond through validated insecurity. Find her hidden wound and be the cure. What does she hide? Too emotional? Bad past? Not smart enough? Listen when she jokes about herself. That's her pain. When she self-insults, lean in and say, "That's what I like about you." When she says, "I cry at dumb movies," you say, "Shows you feel deeply. Most people are dead inside." Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. Your brain is fooling you about time. Picture this: a task should take 2 hours max, then suddenly 6 hours vanish. Parkinson's law. Your brain expands work to fill time. Give a task 3 days, your brain makes it take 3 days. Give it 2 hours, it magically gets done. Laziness isn't real, it's a survival mechanism to save energy. Here's the fix: set fake deadlines 50% shorter than reasonable. Your panic mode activates laser focus with 0 distractions. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. The illegal dating tactic that makes you more attractive instantly, the decoy effect. When meeting someone, bring a friend who's 20% less attractive and 30% less stylish than you. Picture this: it's Friday night, the bar's packed, you walk in with your less attractive, badly dressed friend. Suddenly, all eyes are on you, not because you're perfect, because you rigged the game. They work like a human placebo. People judge you by comparison, not by your true self. Napoleon surrounded himself with short generals to seem taller. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Ask this one question to know if she likes you or not. Her response will tell you everything without her even realizing it. Here's the secret: ask her casually, "Have you ever felt an instant connection with someone?" If she smiles, plays with her hair, or hints that she likes you, it probably means she does. But if she gives a short, unclear answer, looks confused, or changes the subject, she probably doesn't like you. Now, grab the power code, our 90-day transformation guide packed with raw psychology, attraction secrets, and unshakable confidence without cheesy tricks. Comment power, and we will DM you the link. Ask this one simple question to instantly cool down a heated argument. Here's the tactic: lean forward slightly, show some concern, and gently ask, "Hey, are you okay? You're breathing pretty hard." See how the tension fades. They pause, confused, then notice their breathing. Suddenly, the argument starts to cool down. Why does this work? It breaks the emotional buildup by making it personal. Instead of arguing, you're connecting, changing the dynamic of the conversation. Join Zoltium now and learn how to control any situation. You can actually delete bad memories from your mind on command. Here's the secret: your brain links memories to physical objects. Destroy the object, and the memory starts to disappear. You can use this brain function to easily erase any memory you want. Do this. Write down every detail of the memory on paper. Now, burn it. Watch it turn to ash and say, "It's over." It tricks your brain by linking the memory to paper, then burning it to destroy the memory. Use this power wisely. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Fastest way to get into someone's heart without them even realizing it. When you compliment someone, forget the boring "you're pretty." It's like giving her plain bread when she's starving for a delicious meal. She'll just say thank you and never think of you again. Instead, hit them with a compliment so special and exciting, it's like you've read their soul. For example, "You're amazing. You handle intense pressure like it's nothing." People love to feel truly seen. It makes them feel confident and happy. Test this move and watch them fall for you. Join the Zoltium project now or regret it later. You have been smiling wrong all this time. Let me explain. Want your smile to be 10 times more effective? Try the flooding smile technique. When you meet someone new, don't smile right away. First, make strong eye contact, then delay your smile by 1 second. This works like a charm because it makes people believe that your smile is not only genuine but meant only for them, making you instantly more likable. This was just a small demonstration of power. Join the Zoltium project and control the game. Make anyone like you instantly with this simple technique. When you compliment someone, don't just stop at a basic compliment like, "Your hair looks amazing." End it with an open-ended question. For example, you could say, "Your hair looks amazing. How do you manage to keep it so perfect?" Or, "You are really fit. How often do you work out?" Why does it work? Asking a question shows you care, making you more likable, and building a stronger connection. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. Want to know why people never help you when you need it most? It's because they don't feel the debt. They don't feel the power of your favor. When you do something for someone, never say, "No problem," or "It's all good." You're letting go of your advantage by saying that. Instead, say, "Of course, I know if the roles were reversed, you'd do the same for me." In that moment, you plant a seed deep in their mind. When the time comes, they'll feel a pull to repay you, whether they realize it or not. This is how you shift the game. This is how you bend reality to your will. Follow Zoltium and learn to control people. Don't ever make eye contact if you want people to fall for you. Sound weird? Good. Let's expose the lie. They all lied to you about eye contact. Think about it. Why does it feel so awkward when you try to hold eye contact? Here's their secret technique. While talking to someone, casually look around your surroundings like you are accessing different memories or areas of your brain. Then, bam, lock eyes as you finish your sentence. Their brain thinks, "Whoa, this person's a genius." Join Zoltium and learn to control people. Make people tell the truth every single time you ask. Here's the secret. Make them laugh before asking. When people laugh, their guard drops. It relaxes the mind and creates a moment of vulnerability. They're not thinking about protecting secrets. They're just caught in the moment, and they tell you the truth. Here's how you do it. Start with a light, funny comment or a clever joke. Get them to genuinely laugh. Then, casually ask your question. The shift in mood leaves them open, unguarded, and before they can think, they will answer honestly. Now, join the Zoltium project and learn to control people. Imagine someone is yelling at you. Look straight into their eyes and say, "Wow, all what they said about you is true." They won't say another word. It makes them stop arguing and think. Now, what if someone tries to insult you? Just agree with them. For example, if they say, "Hey, you're really ugly," just respond with, "Yeah, I know." Their brain can't handle this reply, and subconsciously they'll see you as superior. Now, listen carefully. You might not see us again. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Secret ways women test men. She casually brings up her ex to see if you react with insecurity or confidence. She flirts with others just to watch if you panic or trust her. She starts drama to judge your reaction and how you handle pressure. She fake anger and pretends to be hurt over little things to see if you apologize or dismiss her feelings. She pushes your limits on purpose to see if you'll lose control or stay unshakable. Join the Zoltium project and dominate your dating game. Want to make someone believe a lie? Just add an embarrassing detail about yourself. Now, watch it in action. If someone asks why you didn't pick up their call, don't just say, "I didn't hear it." Instead, say, I accidentally left my phone in the fridge when I was putting away groceries and found it hours later. That silly detail makes the excuse both funny and believable. People are more likely to believe it because no one expects you to lie about something that makes you look bad. Join Zoltium and learn to control any situation. Ever heard someone say, "You are smarter than you look," or "You did great, I really didn't expect it"? These might sound like compliments, but there's a twist. It's a tactic people use on purpose. These phrases can make you start doubting yourself. Do I not usually look smart? Or do I not usually do great? Suddenly, without even realizing it, you might start seeing them as having better judgment or higher standards. It's a clever way to shake your confidence while boosting their own status. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. 2 types of people you must cut out immediately. First type of people who intentionally trigger a reaction from you, then blame you for reacting. They'll criticize your response to their disrespectful behavior while completely ignoring what they did to trigger you. Their goal is to make you look bad for calling out their toxicity. Cut them off. Second type of people who play victim in problems they created. Major red flag. This shows zero maturity to own their actions. Instead, they'll point fingers at you instead of owning their mess. Their refusal to communicate honestly or apologize is the proof you need to distance yourself fast. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. 3 instant brain hacks that work every time. Feeling lazy about completing a task? Promise yourself you'll only work for 2 minutes, nothing more. Once you start, your brain keeps going effortlessly. Need someone's attention, but they're ignoring you? Softly say their name, pause, then clearly say your message. They'll instantly listen. Want to know if someone likes talking to you? Just glance at their feet. Feet pointing toward you means they're interested. Pointing away means they want to leave. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. The more you chase someone, the more they run away from you. But the moment you start ignoring them, they suddenly can't stop thinking about you. But why? Scarcity effect. When you disappear, their brain screams, "Why aren't they begging anymore?" Now, you're a mystery, a puzzle, a drug they can't access. They'll go crazy for you. Zygarnik effect. Leave chats unfinished, disappear without warning. Our brain can't handle unfinished things. Like a movie that cuts off at the climax, you just can't stop thinking about how it ends. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. How to turn your biggest hater into your puppet or your friend. Here's the secret. Ask for something small but personal. Can you proofread my speech? Or, I need advice on your expertise. Keep it harmless and flattering. Their ego will blind them to the trap. Their brain screams, "Why did I help someone I hate?" To resolve the conflict, it rewrites history. Maybe they're not so bad, or I must respect them. Repeat with bigger favors. They keep falling, thinking it's their choice. Soon, they'll defend you to others to prove their choices weren't a mistake. This is called the Ben Franklin effect. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Secret technique to make any girl addicted to you instantly. Here's the secret. When you're talking to a girl, look at her left eye. Gently move your eyes to her lips, then look at her right eye. This simple gaze technique hijacks her brain. The pattern creates a magnetic pull. She will feel drawn to you without knowing why. To make it even more powerful, just smile softly when you look at her lips. It works like magic. Don't stare too long or do it non-stop. It might make her uncomfortable. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. The secret stress killer technique elite forces use. Your brain tricks you into stress and you obey like a puppet. Here's the secret: the physiological sigh, a biological stress kill switch hidden in your own lungs. Step 1. Double inhale. Breathe in deeply through your nose until your lungs feel full. Then sneak in a second. Sharp inhale, like stealing extra air. Step 2. Slow exhale. Blow out all the air through your mouth, slowly, completely, until your lungs are empty. This technique calms your nervous system and quickly reducing stress without medication or therapy. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. The 2-minute morning technique that will change your life. Here's the secret. When you wake up, sit cross-legged on your bed, close your eyes, and count backwards from 100 to 1, like a countdown in your head. 100, 99, 98, 97, all the way down to 1. Sounds easy, right? It's not. Most people can't do it. Their minds drift by 30 or 20, distracted by random thoughts, losing focus. If you can push through, every task you tackle will be sharper, faster, and better. Your work will hit a new level of quality, hyper-skilled, and unstoppable. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to become powerful. Force anyone to reveal their true thoughts about someone. This technique works like a charm. Here's the secret. Imagine you want to know what Alex really thinks about Sam. Ask Alex directly, what do you really think of Sam? As Alex starts speaking, after just a few words, interrupt him with something like, I know he's such a total jerk. Now, stay silent. Let silence make them open up and tell the truth. He will either defend Sam or show his true feelings quickly. Either way, you get honest answer. Labeling Sam negatively makes them react honestly. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. How can you make people not just answer your questions, but reveal more than they intend? Here's the secret. Ask the question clearly, then remain silent. Don't fill the quiet. This pause is not just awkwardness. It's a calculated move forcing them to break the silence. Why it works. Silence creates discomfort. Most people rush to fill it, often revealing more than intended. Your silence puts psychological pressure on them to keep talking, explain further, justify. Each word they add gives you more information, more control. As a result, you control the conversation without any pressure. Join the Zoltium Project to become powerful. You like someone, but how do you find out if they like you too? Here's the secret. Next time you're talking to them, casually take a step closer for no apparent reason. Now, pay attention to their reaction. If they stay where they are, they like you. If they step closer, they're very interested in you. But if they step back, it shows they're uncomfortable and probably not interested in you. Why does this work? Humans naturally want to be closer to people we are attracted to. It's something we do without realizing it. This is how you control the game. Join Zoltium and become powerful. You've been giving compliments wrong your whole life, and then you wonder why people ignore you. 95% of people compliment the wrong thing. Hit this secret target and they'll remember you forever. Every person hides an insecurity. The girl who thinks she's unlovable deep down. The friend who feels unnoticed in crowds. Praise their hidden wound and you become cocaine for their ego. Listen when they joke about themselves. For example, they say, man, I'm such a workaholic. You say, most people miss how strategic you are. It's impressive. Validating hidden shame triggers a cocktail of dopamine and oxytocin. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. 4 body language tricks to catch someone lying. When people lie, their eyes go to the right. They're making up a story, and your brain lights up the creative side. Liars often repeat the same sentence. They're trying to buy time. their brain panicking. And right after the lie, they blink a lot, like their brain just screamed, "Help, I just lied." Here's a power move. Ask questions fast, one after another. Don't let them think. Their brain can't keep up, and they'll mess up. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to control people. How to handle any tense situation in personal relationships with a mental hack, whether it's a heated argument with your partner or a tense discussion with a family member. This is how it works. When emotions run high, pause. Instead of reacting based on your emotions, ask yourself, what does this person really need from me right now? It's not just about their words. It's about understanding what they're truly feeling and what they really want. This approach breaks emotional reactions and focuses on empathy and resolution, addressing their needs instead of just their words. Now, join the Zoltium Project and learn to become powerful. How to make someone fall in love with you without them even realizing it. Here's the secret. Tell them, "We can't be together," and give a false reason. For example, say, "You'd hate my music taste and hobbies. We're just too different." They'll immediately feel a pull. This is called the forbidden fruit effect. The harder you act like it's impossible, the more they'll fight to prove you wrong. They'll chase, argue, even beg, just to feel the thrill of getting what they can't have. It's primal. Humans desire what they can't easily get. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Turn your enemies into friends with this simple move. Back in 1740, Benjamin Franklin borrowed a book from a rival legislator who disliked him. After returning it with a thank you note, he noticed a positive change in the rival's attitude. Why? The favor made the rival feel positively towards Franklin, almost without realizing it. This isn't magic, it's psychology. The Ben Franklin effect shows us that when someone does us a favor, they subconsciously justify the action by building positive feelings towards us. The more favors they do, the stronger these feelings grow. You may never see us again. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to control people. How to make her regret losing you. Disappear completely. Let them feel the weight of your absence until it crushes them. Don't post, don't text, don't explain. Just disappear and let that silence ruin them. They thought you'd beg. Nah, you vanished. While they stalk, you build. Mind right, body sharp, money up, and you say nothing. They'll hear about it from everyone else. Now they're watching, and they hate that the best version of you is one they don't get to touch. They expected damage. Instead, they got distance, and that silence, it's permanent. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. What if you could instantly stop caring what others think and make them care about you instead? Here's the secret. You can't change anyone, ever. Your brain tricks you into believing you can, but it's a lie. Psychologists call it the fundamental attribution error. We overestimate our power to influence others. The truth is, people only change if they want to. Their actions scream whether you're a priority or an afterthought. So, when someone treats you like you're invisible, believe them. Don't beg for their attention. Don't try to fix them. Instead, walk away. Focus on the people who already value you. Watch how fast your life upgrades. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to become powerful. 3 techniques to control people effortlessly. To get someone to like you during an argument, simply say, "I value your opinion, even if I don't agree with you." This shows respect for their perspective. When asking for something, always provide a reason. For example, "Could you please lower your voice? It's a bit loud, and I'm trying to focus." People are more likely to agree if they know why. After making a request, remind the person they have the freedom to refuse. Say, I need your help in moving to a new apartment, but of course, it's completely up to you. This gives people a sense of control. Join Zoltium and learn to control people. What if you don't want to answer personal questions? This technique gets the asker to talk about their own experiences, pulling attention away from your private matters. Now, watch it in action. Imagine you're at a dinner and someone bluntly asks, "Why don't you have kids yet?" Instead of feeling pressured to explain your personal choices, respond with a twist. That's quite a story. Tell me, what do you think is the most challenging part of parenting? This response changes the subject, getting them to talk about their own question and away from your personal life. Listen carefully. You might not see us again. Join us and learn to control any situation. Make people do what you want, thinking it's their idea. Let's say you want your friend to join you on a weekend trip. Instead of just asking and hoping they say yes, use a technique called the false dilemma. This means giving them only two choices, making one obviously less fun. For example, you might say, "This weekend, you can either come with me on an exciting trip or stay home bored." You've set up the options so one sounds much better than the other, but you're really guiding them to make the choice you want. What's really happening? You're controlling the narrative. The other possibilities, like them finding an alternative exciting activity, aren't even presented as options. Now that you have found us, join us to become powerful. Repeat their last 3 words to make them obsessed. When someone share any personal detail, parrot their exact final phrase. Someone describing their solo trip to Iceland. The glaciers were unreal. You say, "Unreal glaciers?" They leans closer. "Yes, and at midnight, the sky." This is the echo technique, a psychological flaw in human firmware. When you reflect someone's exact words, their brain thinks, "This person is my reflection, my twin, my missing piece." Trust explodes. CIA interrogators use it to break terrorists. Therapists use it to extract childhood trauma. You'll use it to hijack desire. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. 3 secrets about people that expose what they are hiding. If someone puts their phone face down when they're sitting with you, this often means they are hiding something they don't want you to know. When a group of people is laughing, pay attention. Their eyes will naturally turn towards the person they find most interesting. Observe how someone shows anger. If they slam their fist on the table and yell at the same time, they are truly angry. But if they slam their fist first, then yell or stand up, they might just be acting to see how you react. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Your brain stops you at your 40% limit to keep you alive, but it's fake. The 40% rule states that when your mind screams, "I'm done," you've only used 40% of your energy. Your brain creates fake exhaustion to protect you. It triggers pain, fatigue, and fear to force you to quit because it's programmed to keep you safe, not extraordinary. Next time you hit a limit, push 10% beyond your breaking point, then 10% more. This rewires your brain to set new limits. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. Politicians use this simple technique to become powerful and charismatic instantly. Picture this. You meet someone at a party. They're bragging about their job, flashing their watch, laughing too loud. They're screaming, "Look at my wins." So you smirk and say, "You've worked hard to get here, haven't you?" The secret is to always keep this question in your mind. What does this person want me to feel and notice about them? People are desperate to be noticed. When you mirror their hidden desires, you hijack their ego. They'll chase your approval like it's oxygen without knowing why. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. You can master any skill in just 20 hours. Not perfect, but better than 95% of people. Want to speak Spanish, draw portraits, play guitar? Here's the secret. Practice that skill 45 minutes daily for 30 days. Ignore the "I suck" voice. Day 1, you're clumsy. Day 10, you're decent. Day 20, you're shockingly good. Your brain adapts when forced. 20 hours equals 1 Netflix season, but nobody does it. Why? They quit at day 3 when progress feels slow. Now, listen, you might not see us again. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to become powerful. You are talking with your partner, and they casually say, "My ex always remembered things like our anniversary or my favorite snacks." Suddenly, you feel like you're being compared. Are they saying you're not doing enough? That's triangulation at work. In relationships, people sometimes use this technique. They don't criticize you directly, but compare you to someone else, making you feel like you're not doing enough. When people feel compared, they naturally try harder to prove their worth. It's not just in relationships. Even your boss saying, "Sarah always hits her deadlines," or a friend might say, "Chris always keeps promises." Do you know someone who does this? Think silence is just quiet? It's actually a powerful tool. Here's how to use body language to show your strength. Stand tall and keep your shoulders relaxed but strong. This posture isn't just good form, it broadcasts confidence. Hold a steady gaze to show you're in control. When talking, use open hand gestures to seem honest and inviting. For serious points, close your hands to show intensity. Mirror the body language of others to connect, but keep it subtle, enough to relate, not replicate. Also, consider how close you stand to someone. Move closer to increase your presence, or step back to give space, depending on the situation. Join Zoltium. Learn to command without words, and see how the world responds. Make people do what you want without them realizing it. Just give them a label. Picture this. Tell someone you're incredibly reliable. I've noticed that. The next time they're in a position to show reliability, what happens? That label, you calling them reliable, sticks. It challenges them to prove it over and over. They start seeing themselves through your words, acting the part without even realizing why. But why does this work? Because a label isn't just a compliment. It's a psychological trigger that controls their actions. Congratulations on finding us. This could be your last time to see us. Join the Zoltium Project now and master the art of controlling people and situations. Your brain doesn't care if you win or lose. It just follows orders. Here's the secret. Your brain is always looking for evidence to confirm what you've told it. Tell yourself, "I'm a failure," and your brain becomes a detective. It'll dig up every rejection email, awkward moment, or tiny mistake to prove you're right. Your brain isn't smart, it's a servant. Feed it life sucks, and it'll create a horror show. But if you say, "Prove I'm unstoppable," it'll rewrite reality to make you a god. Now, listen carefully. You might not see us again. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. 3 techniques to dominate social situations like a god. 1. Use silence as your weapon. Pause intentionally after key points. This commands respect and makes your words hit harder, giving you control. 2. Spice things up. Share surprising insights or switch topics unexpectedly. This keeps attention on you and ensures everyone stays engaged. 3. Display confidence. Always appear sure, even if you're uncertain. This perception makes others view you as a leader, enhancing your status. Now that you have found us, join the Zoltium project. The game has just begun. Want to make someone beg for your product? Tell them they're not ready for it. Picture this, you're in a negotiation and you say, "I'm not sure you're ready for this deal. It's a big commitment." Boom, they're hooked. Now they're arguing, trying hard to prove you wrong, desperate to show they are ready. Why does it work? It's simple. People hate being told they can't have something. When you make them doubt themselves, they want it even more. Now, they're not just curious, they're begging to buy from you. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Make or break any habit using the power of psychological tools. Here's the secret. Imagine you're set on hitting the gym more often. Put your gym bag right by your door. That's not just placement. It's your launch pad. Seeing it there every morning triggers you to act. After each workout, treat yourself to something gratifying, like your favorite smoothie. This isn't just a reward. It's the fuel that keeps the new habit going. Now, what about breaking a bad habit? If you're losing too much time on your phone at night, change where you charge it. Say, in the kitchen, not your bedroom. Replace the habit with something beneficial, like reading. This isn't just a substitute. It's an upgrade for your mind. Join Zoltium to take control over your life. Turn any insult into your advantage with this power move. Here's the secret. When someone insults you, don't react emotionally. Instead, use their words against them by agreeing with them in a way that makes you look even stronger. Let's say someone says, "You talk too much." Instead of reacting negatively, respond with, "I believe in sharing knowledge. It's how we grow." Or if they say, "You think you're better than everyone," you calmly reply, "I don't think I'm better than anyone. I just know my value and I won't settle for less." This is how you take control. This is how you flip the script. Join Zoltium to become powerful. Why do some people always get help from others, but you don't? They use a secret weapon, guilt tripping. Here's how they do it. They frame their requests to make it emotionally tough to say no. For example, they might say, "I hate to ask, and I know you're busy, but you're my only hope. You always help." This isn't simply a request. It's a guilt trip, smartly masked as a compliment. They are not just asking for help. They are strategically manipulating emotions, making it nearly impossible for them to refuse without feeling guilty. This is the clever game, turning requests into emotional leverage. Now, join the Zoltium project or regret it later. The game has just begun. Would you rather buy a small popcorn for $3 or a medium one for $6.50? You're thinking the small is cheaper. But then, suddenly, you see the large for just $7. Now, the medium seems pointless, and the large feels like the best deal. But here's the twist. That medium popcorn, it's a trap, a decoy designed to control your decision. Companies use it all the time, from cinemas to online shopping, controlling your choices without you even realizing it. Now, listen carefully. Don't play by their rules. Learn the game and take control. Join Zoltium and become powerful. Do you know why people say no when you ask for something? It's because saying yes feels like a commitment. It's easier for the mind to say no than yes. No is safe, easy, and feels like freedom. But here's how you change the game. Stop framing your requests for a yes. Don't say, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" Instead, ask, is now a bad time. In this situation, saying no actually works in your favor. This works because you have tricked their mind into saying yes by making them feel like they are saying no. This is how you take control. This is how you change the game. Join Zoltium to become powerful. How to tell if your partner or friend is manipulating you. They make you feel your emotions aren't important by saying things like, "You're overreacting," or "It's not a big deal, you're too sensitive." This is to make you doubt your own feelings. They make you feel worse by comparing you to others. For example, Lisa cooks much better than you, and when you prepare a great meal, they say, "Well, it's just cooking. Anyone can do it." This makes you feel less capable and more dependent on their approval. They use future promises to keep you hoping and waiting, but those promises never come true. Now, listen carefully. Join Zoltium and don't let anyone control you. Your brain tricks you every time you go shopping. Here's the secret. Picture this. You see a gadget priced at $200, dropping to $100 in 2 weeks. You will wait for the sale. Meanwhile, there's a luxury watch for $50,000. It will drop to $49,800 in 2 weeks, just $200 less. Yet this time, you buy it right away. It's because our brain focuses on percentages, not amounts. A 50% discount on a cheap item feels like a big win, but a small cut on an expensive one doesn't seem like much. Brands cleverly use this mental trick to make us think we're getting a better deal. Now listen, they play the game with you. Learn to play it better. Join the Zoltium Project. Want to easily get out of uncomfortable conversations? Here's 5 simple tactics. 1. Look at your watch or phone, smile, and say, "I'd love to keep talking, but I have to run. Let's catch up soon." 2. Shift your posture as if leaving and say, "It's been great chatting, but I need to get back to something important." 3. Lower your voice, lean in slightly, and say, "I don't want to keep you. Let's pick this up later." 4. Grab your things casually and say, "I need to wrap this up for now, but we'll connect again soon." 5. Smile as you step back and say, "This was fun, but I've got to head out. Talk later." Join Zoltium now and control any situation. Make anyone agree to a big favor before you even ask. Here's how. You're planning a big home renovation next weekend and need help. A few days before, talk to a friend about past projects, like how you turned a messy room into a great space and had fun working together. Mention how those projects brought you closer and how thankful you were for their help. Over dinner, casually mention how you helped a friend with their home project and how great it felt. Laugh about how much fun you had, and hint you'll definitely need their help for the next one. This plants a seed in their subconscious mind, making them more likely to agree. Join Zoltium and learn to control people. Did you remember someone saying, "You said this," when you don't remember saying it, and they try to make you feel confused or wrong? This is gaslighting. If someone dismisses your feelings like yesterday's trash, insists you're crazy, that never happened, they're not just lying, they're erasing your reality. They'll plant doubt like weeds. Are you sure? You're always forgetting things until you're apologizing for their lies. Once you're doubting your sanity, they become the toxic puppet master. You'll cling to their version of the truth because yours feels like quicksand. Congratulations, you're now trapped in their maze. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. How to brainwash your boss into promoting you without realizing it. Picture this. Your colleague works 80-hour weeks but stays stuck in the same role. Here's your move. First, ask your boss for a tiny favor. Could you review this slide? I trust your eye for detail. Repeat with bigger asks like lead a meeting, manage intern projects. When they agree, their brain whispers, why did I help this person? They must be worth it. Why it works. Bosses subconsciously invest in people they've helped. Soon, they'll push you for promotions to justify their own choices. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Turn your mistakes into wins with this technique. Picture this. You made a mistake in front of your team. Don't keep apologizing. It makes you look weak. Instead, own the mistake confidently and say, this didn't go as planned, but here's what we're doing to fix it. Then reframe the failure. Say, this setback taught us exactly what not to do moving forward. It shifts the focus to progress, not blame. It shows you're a problem solver, not a victim of the situation. People respect leaders who focus on solutions, not excuses. You'll feel the difference, and so will everyone else. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control any situation. Change someone's bad habits, and they will think it was their idea. Picture this. You want your friend to stop smoking. You've tried everything, but they just won't listen. Instead of pushing more, throw them off with this move. Say, sure, keep smoking if that's what you want. Why this works? It's like reverse psychology. People don't like being controlled or told what to do, but when you agree with their bad choice, it makes them stop and think, wait, is this really what I want? This trick isn't just for smoking. Whenever someone's being stubborn, just go with it. Let them think they're in control. It's a clever way to help them make better choices without them even realizing it. Join Zoltium to become powerful. In 1994, Red Bull filled every public trash can with their own empty cans. It made them the biggest energy drink brand on Earth. Sounds weird, right? Your brain is hardwired to follow the crowd. Why? Because in ancient times, going against the group meant death. Red Bull weaponized this by making you think, everyone's drinking it, I should too. You can use this weakness to your advantage. For example, say, we're almost sold out. Everyone's buying it. Suddenly, people panic and buy. Your brain doesn't care if it's true. It just follows the crowd. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Make people value you without them even realizing it. Stop being too available, even if you're free. Say, I'm busy. People chase what's rare. If you're always there, they'll treat you like cheap furniture. Stop saying yes to everything. Every yes is a prison. Say no and watch respect grow. When walking, stop looking around like a lost tourist. Eyes locked ahead like you're chasing a target. Your brain tricks people into judging you in seconds. Walk like prey, they'll treat you weak. Walk like a lion, they'll feel your power. Stare at people's foreheads. It triggers primal discomfort, making them eager to please or respect you. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Make her physically crave you without saying a word. Picture this. She walks past a stranger wearing your cologne months later. Suddenly, her pulse spikes, her palms sweat. She's flooded with memories of your touch, your voice, your power over her. Wear one unique scent only around her. A rare spice, a smoky sandalwood, even just your favorite one. Never use it elsewhere. Smell bypasses logic and hits the primal brain. When she inhales that scent near you, her brain links the fragrance to your presence. The thrill, the tension, the electricity. Later, that same smell triggers identical chemical explosions. oxytocin for connection. Join Zoltium and dominate the game. What really makes you attractive to someone? These 7 truths will surprise you. 1. We're attracted to people with similar interests and values. 2. Being physically near someone often makes us more attracted to them. 3. We naturally like people who like us. 4. Mystery and uncertainty can make someone more attractive. 5. Traits like kindness and humor are highly attractive. 6. Good looks, especially a symmetrical face, catch our eye first. 7. People often find confidence attractive as it signals self-assurance and capability. Now, join us in the game of power. Follow the Zoltium Project. Professional ways to say off without saying it. 1. I'd be glad to revisit this after you have done your homework. What it really means. Come back when you actually know what you're talking about. 2. Let's put a pin in this unless it becomes a priority. Translation: this is a waste of time. Never discuss this again. 3. I trust you will handle this your way. In reality, do whatever you want. Just leave me out of your mess. Polite words disarm people. They can't call you rude, but they feel the sting. Now, listen carefully. You might not see us again. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to control people. You were drinking coffee wrong your whole life. Illegal coffee nap trick to explode your brain with power. Elite forces and Silicon Valley CEOs use this forbidden trick, the caffeine nap. Picture this. It's 2 p.m. Your energy crashes. Your brain feels like a burnt-out engine. You need a miracle or a weapon. Drink caffeine, then sleep for 17 minutes right after drinking it. Caffeine takes 20 minutes to hit your bloodstream. When you wake up, your mind detonates with nuclear focus. A NASA study found caffeine naps boost alertness by 200%. Your brain gets a hard reset. Sleep clears adenosine. Caffeine blocks its return. You're not just refreshed, you're upgraded. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. How brands use fear to fool you into buying their products. Picture this. You see a security ad saying, "Protect your home before it's too late." That fear triggers a quick decision, making you feel like you have no choice. This is how brands use fear, whether it's danger, regret, or missing out, to push you into buying. Ever rush to buy something because a sale was ending soon? That's fear at work, forcing you to act fast without thinking. Why does it work? Fear hijacks your brain, forcing instant reactions. Don't get fooled. Spot the trick. Don't let them control you. Join the Zoltium Project and become powerful. Would you rather have surgery performed by a doctor with a 90% success rate or by a doctor with a 10% failure rate? Most people would choose the doctor with the 90% success rate. But why is that? The truth is, both doctors are equally skilled. The only difference is how they present their outcomes. One focuses on success, while the other highlights failure. This is called framing. The way something is presented can influence decisions, emotions, and perceptions, either positively or negatively. This is how you can make people choose exactly what you want. Now, listen carefully. You might not see us again. Join Zoltium and control the game. What if you could install confidence, charisma, or any trait by hacking your brain? Here's the secret. Your brain is a total copycat. It mirrors the identity you feed it. If you say, "I'm boring and bad at jokes," your brain will make sure you feel awkward every time. But if you say, I'm smart, and my humor lights up the room. Watch your brain reshape reality to match. Your brain starts finding ways to achieve what you repeat. It can make you anyone. We survived ice ages by mastering one skill: adaptation. Lie to it long enough, and it will believe the lie. Then it will turn the lie into reality. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. Your brain fools you into telling your plans to others, so you don't actually have to achieve them. Sound weird? Believe it or not, your brain doesn't care about your success. It's wired to keep you alive and save energy. When you tell someone your plans, your brain releases the same chemicals as when you have already achieved them. Your brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. This makes you feel like the job is done, and you subconsciously lose the motivation to finish it without even realizing it. And this is how you get fooled, wondering why you can't achieve anything in life. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. You are in a heated argument. Someone shouting, their frustration is boiling over, and you're losing control of the situation. So, how do you handle it? Instead of shouting back or defending yourself, stop and name what they are feeling. This is how you do it. If they are angry, say, "You are frustrated because this feels unfair, right?" Or, if they are upset, try, "You are hurt because you didn't expect this to happen." Why it works. When you name their emotions, they feel understood. Their brain stops fighting and starts processing. This gives you control of the moment. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control any situation. Imagine making anyone like you instantly, without them even realizing it. Here's the secret. When you're talking to someone, say something good about a third person who is not there. For example, you could say, "Ethan is always the first to step in and help when someone needs it." Or, "Emma has such a great sense of humor. She can make anyone laugh." When you say something good about someone else, the person you're talking to subconsciously starts to associate those qualities with you. It's a natural brain reaction called spontaneous trait transfer. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control people. How to trap your coworkers into doing your work. Here's the secret. People hate leaving tasks unfinished when helping others, especially after investing effort. You can exploit this to your advantage. For example, ask, "Can you help me understand this graph?" Once they explain, say, "Wow, you make it look so easy. Could you fix it for me?" After they fix it, reply, "This is perfect. I will add your name to the byline. You are the real star on this." By letting them own the work, they'll subconsciously fight to complete it. Complimenting their expertise makes them try harder to show they are valuable. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. For our people, after months of going through thousands of research papers, working with elite dating experts, psychologists, and top seducers, we've built the ultimate weapon for you. The book every woman fears and every man needs. This book is not about cheap pickup lines, begging for attention, or playing games. Instead, this book will teach you how to rewire her emotions and make her obsessed, how to pass her secret tests, and how to make her loyal for life, and much more. We tested this book with 25 real single men before giving it to you. 19 got their dream girl within weeks, 6 failed, then fixed their mistakes, and 1. Want to make someone addicted with texting you? Try the cliffhanger technique. Why do you think TV episodes often end right at the good part? That's a cliffhanger for you, perfectly designed to pull you right back for the next episode. When your text conversation gets really exciting, that's the perfect time to stop. You can say, "I have to leave, talk later," or just, "Good night." This strategy leaves them excited, ensuring they can't wait to talk to you again. They will start texting you first and trying harder. This is a psychological trigger that leaves people thinking and wanting more. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join Zoltium and control the game. You can hack your brain into doing any difficult task you have been avoiding. 1. The Hawthorne effect. Imagine there's a crowd watching you while you work. Sounds weird, right? But your brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. It tricks your brain into working faster and smarter by making it feel like people are watching you. 2. Start any task by telling yourself you will do it for just 15 minutes. It feels easy to start, and once you begin, your brain will want to keep going, and you'll quickly get in the flow. 3. Break your work into time blocks and focus on one task at a time. This makes you more focused and helps you finish faster. Join Zoltium now. The game has just begun. 2 types of people you must avoid at all costs. The first type of people to avoid are those who intentionally provoke a reaction out of you, then blame you for reacting. They will criticize your response to their toxic behavior, but ignore the disrespect that triggered you. Their aim is to make you look bad, even though they are the real cause of the trouble. Cut them off. The second type to avoid are those who play the victim in problems they have created. It's a big red flag. They lack the maturity to take responsibility and often blame you instead. Their inability to communicate or apologize properly makes it clear you should move away from them fast. Join Zoltium to become powerful. You ever heard girls date toxic guys? Their brain thinks it's literally dating their dad. I know it sounds crazy. Let me break it down. Some people carry childhood trauma, like a dad who hurt them with anger or absence, made them feel worthless, or never showed love. Deep down, a hidden part of their brain says, find someone like them and fix them. If I make this person love me, it erases the pain from my parent. But it's a trap, wired by survival, not love. This is called repetition compulsion, replaying old pain to win this time. They keep hurting you. You keep trying harder and lose every time. Stop letting your past control your life. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. You are in class, not paying attention. Suddenly, the teacher asks the class a question. Now you're wishing you could disappear and praying they don't call your name. What if you could make them pick someone else instead? Here's the secret. When the teacher starts asking the question, lock eyes with them. Just before they finish, quickly shift your gaze to look at one of your classmates. Their eyes will follow your gaze without even realizing it. In most cases, they'll end up calling on the student you looked at instead of you. It's an automatic response of our brain to look where others are looking. This trick works in meetings, parties, classrooms, anywhere people gather. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Unlock your superhuman memory and remember everything just by walking through your home. Here's how it works. Let's say you need to remember a shopping list. You mentally place each item in a specific spot in your home. Milk on the front door, bread on the dining table, eggs on the couch. Later, when you need to recall the list, you mentally walk through your home and pick up each item. This works because our brains remember locations better than random information. It's like using your house as a giant sticky note. People have used this technique for thousands of years. Ancient Greeks and Roman speakers used memory palaces to remember long speeches without notes. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Imagine you need $100 from a friend. You ask, and they say no. But what if I told you there's a trick to make them say yes instead? The door in the face technique. Ask for $500 first. They'll likely refuse because $500 is too much. Then calmly say, no problem, but can you help with just $100? Boom. They'll feel guilty saying no twice. Their brain compares $100 to the $500, and suddenly $100 feels tiny and easy. It's a psychological mind game. Use this strategy for favors, donations, or even at work. Ask for something big first. When they reject it, lower your ask to what you really want. They'll almost always agree. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Imagine making someone fall for you very easily. This method works like magic. Here's the secret. Do something together that triggers intense emotions. For example, take them on a roller coaster ride or visit a haunted house together. They'll feel both scared and excited. Their hearts will beat faster, they'll sweat, and their adrenaline will spike. These reactions are just like those in romantic moments. Subconsciously, their brain will link these intense emotions to you. You become the reason for their excitement, and they'll see you as the source of these feelings. It's a natural brain reaction called attribution error, which brings them closer to you. Join Zoltium and learn to control people. They don't want you to know this biggest time management weapon. Your brain has a dirty secret called the learning curve. When you do a task for the first time, it takes forever because you're learning and wasting hours. The second time, fast. Third time, faster. Over time, your brain slashes the time by up to 80%. Now, here's how to weaponize it further and crush daily tasks 2 times faster. Batch your tasks. Make all your calls at once. Crush all your emails in one go. Get all invoices done in a row. Your brain is lazy as hell, and it cheats by finding shortcuts to complete tasks faster when you repeat them. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. In 2016, Eddie Hall became the first human to lift 500 kilograms, a weight scientists called impossible for the human body. When asked, how did you lift this when your body can't handle it? He said, physically, I was lifting weight. Mentally, I was lifting a car off my kids. Your brain can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. Eddie tricked his mind into fight or flight mode by imagining his kids trapped under a car. This is called neuroencoding. This flooded his body with adrenaline, a hormone that 10x's strength and sharpens focus instantly. Create a movie in your mind. Imagine saving someone you love or escaping disaster. Your brain is a liar. It sets fake limits. Join Zoltium and learn to control your mind. You will never hit snooze button again once you hear this. Picture this. Your alarm rings and you wake up. Then you hit snooze and fall back to sleep. Now the real game begins. Your brain thinks it was a glitch and starts a new 90-minute sleep cycle. It floods your body with chemicals to drag you into deep sleep. When the the alarm screams again in 10 minutes, you're awake mid-cycle in stage 3 deep sleep, trapped in sleep inertia. At this point, your body's flooded with sleep chemicals and you'll feel like crap, like you slept on a bed made of bricks. Researchers found it takes 4 hours to get rid of that groggy, zombie-like feeling. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. It's early morning, your alarm hits, and you want just 5 more minutes, or you're finding reasons to skip the workout. Here's how you tackle this, the 5-second rule. It is a simple yet powerful tool to trick your mind into taking immediate action. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At 1, just go. No thinking. This countdown drives your brain to act before procrastination sets in. Your brain has a short window, about 5 seconds. Before hesitation triggers the fear center, the countdown interrupts this process, forcing your mind into action mode before doubt can take over. It's not magic, it's power. Now, you might never see us again. Join the Zoltium Project to become powerful. If you feel sleepy between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., scientists say you might die early. Have you heard of people who train hard every day, eat clean, and even run marathons suddenly died from a heart attack? Sleep works in 90-minute cycles of 3 stages each. Stage 3 is deep sleep, where your body repairs damage and heals organs to keep you alive. Your phone rings and wakes you up in the middle of a cycle. It's over. All progress is erased, and you need to start the cycle again from stage 1. You need 4 to 5 full cycles every night just to survive. It means you can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up like a lifeless zombie. Afternoon sleepiness is a warning from your brain that you're dying. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Girls don't have as many good options as you think, and she knows it too. Quality men are rare, and if you are one of them, you hold more power than you realize. Remember, she needs you too. You have to approach her. Picture this. A guy overthinks every text, scared to say hi. Another guy walks up, smiles, and says, "I had to meet you." Guess who she remembers? Women rarely approach first, even if they like you. The more you filter yourself, the more boring you seem. Say what you feel, tease her lightly, ask her out. You're the prize, act like it. Now listen carefully. After working for months, we built a weapon to destroy the dating gurus, and you're not ready for that. Join Zoltium now, or regret it later. You are at a party, and someone makes a joke about you that you don't like. Here's how to handle it. Pretend you didn't hear it, and ask them to repeat it. This usually makes the joke less funny the second time. To make it even worse, after they repeat it, act like you don't get it. By this point, the joke has lost its humor. Remember to stay cool while doing this, or people might think you're being serious. At this point, others will also start to think that the joke wasn't so funny. This will make you laugh, but you'll be laughing at the situation, not the joke. To smooth things over, just laugh and say, "Just kidding, it was funny." This is a brilliant mind game that works in so many situations. Join Zoltium and become powerful. Women hate when you like them back. Yes, you heard right. Imagine this. You finally get her number. You text her instantly, reply fast, show you're super into her, but suddenly she ghosts you. Why? Women don't fall for real men. They fall for the idea of a man. The mystery, the fantasy, the what if. Your superpower, being unknown. Once you text back fast, share your whole life, or chase her approval, the magic dies. She wanted the dream version of you, not the real one, begging for her attention. Your move, stay unpredictable, share less, let her wonder, zoltium now or regret it later. What to do if she's losing interest in you? Think about it. You reply instantly. You're always free. You orbit her like a moon with no purpose. How can she miss what's always there? Humans chase what's hard to get. If it's too easy, we lose interest fast. But you're that Netflix show she binge-watched in one night. Now she's bored. Here's what to do. Disappear. No warnings, no hints. Give her space to miss you. Let her brain fill in the blanks. Is he talking to someone else? Did I lose him? And then, boom, she will reach out. Why? Because you stopped begging for her attention. You became the prize, not the option. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. If you think you are a multitasker, try this. Count from 1 to 10, fast. Easy. Now say A to J fast. Simple. Now try this. 1A, 2B, up to 10J. Too tough, huh? What you call multitasking is actually task switching. Your brain is not capable of multitasking. It just rapidly switches between tasks. Research shows that every time you jump between tasks, even to reply to a quick text or check a notification, it breaks your flow state, and you need about 19 minutes to focus again. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. Don't ask a direct question if you want a detailed and accurate answer. Instead, make a false statement about it. Let's say you want to know someone's salary. Instead of asking directly, say, I heard your position doesn't pay more than $30,000. True? They'll be quick to correct you, saying, no, I actually make $75,000 a year. People love to correct others. When they do, they'll focus completely on proving you wrong, and in the process, they'll reveal the information you need. And just like that, you've got your answer without even asking a direct question. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control people. Force your brain to fall asleep in just 60 seconds with this military hack. Soldiers use it to sleep even in the craziest moments. Here's the secret. Use the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Hold it for 7 seconds. Then exhale for 8 seconds. Do this while visualizing yourself in a peaceful place, relaxing every muscle with each breath. Repeat the breathing cycle 4 times. Your brain can't panic and relax at the same time. Stretching your exhale longer than your inhale forces your heart rate to drop, mimicking your body's shutdown signal and tricking your nervous system into thinking you're already asleep. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Driving schools are the biggest scam in the world. Mr. Walker made 80 times more money by offering students free lessons and a $200 bonus upon completing the course, instead of charging the usual $800 tuition fee. Sounds crazy? There was a twist. He made students pay a $1,000 safety deposit if they drove safely for 1 year without getting more than 2 traffic violations. They got it back plus $200 bonus. If not, he kept the cash. Here's more. Students who couldn't pay up front got loans, $110 a month, and he made commission from finance partners. Insurance companies tracked violations and paid him referrals. Car dealerships paid him commissions for sending students their way for 0 down payment offers. This isn't magic, it's strategy. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. In the 1950s Los Angeles, a shoe salesman used a weird trick to dominate the women's shoe industry. A journalist once asked him, "What's your secret?" He just smiled and said, 2, not 3. The journalist was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" Here's what he told the journalist. "When a woman walks into my store, I hand her one pair of shoes. She tries them, then points to another. I bring that second pair. If she asks for a third, I smile and say, 'Of course, but first, which of these two would you like me to take away?'" Why it works. Too many options paralyze your brain. This is called the paradox of choice. But also, your brain hates losing options. It panics when one pair is removed and grabs the safe choice to avoid regret. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. There's a vending machine outside a gym selling 50 energy drinks a day. Overnight, a second machine appears next to it. Same price, but different brand and flavor. Now, how would it affect the sales of the first machine? Most people guess it will split to 25 drinks each. But what if I told you adding a second machine could double the sales? That's 100 drinks per machine. Sounds weird, right? The second machine isn't competition, it's a trap. With one machine, you had options, buy or not. But with two, your brain shifts to which one. It traps your brain into choosing by eliminating the no option, even if you never wanted a drink. Join Zoltium and control the game. This creepy experiment shows that your thoughts and actions are actually not yours. Scientists put 5 monkeys in a cage with a ladder and bananas at the top. Every time a monkey climbed the ladder, the others were sprayed with cold water. Soon, the monkeys started attacking anyone who tried to climb. Over time, the scientists replaced the monkeys one by one. Each new monkey would try to climb the ladder but get beaten by the group. None of the new monkeys ever experienced the cold water punishment, but they still learned to attack anyone who tried to climb. Eventually, none of the original monkeys were left, but the new group kept attacking climbers out of habit. If asked why, they'd say, "That's just how we do things here." Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Want to make people tell you secrets they would never share without directly asking them? Your brain has a security guard that blocks questions and makes you think, "I need to be careful about what I say." Use statements instead of asking questions. If you ask someone, "Do you like your job?" they'll say, "It's okay," and shut down. But if you say, "Delivery jobs must be awesome, you get paid to drive around," boom, their guard stays asleep. They'll explode. "Awesome? They steal our tips and make us work holidays." Now, hit them with another tactic. Say, "No way, that's illegal." Now, they'll double down. "Last week, my boss," and spill stories they'd never tell a stranger. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. 3 questions to make any girl obsessed with you. Imagine your ultimate dream day. No rules, no limits. What would you do? She will share what thrills or calms her most. Later, surprise her by making a small part of it real. She will never forget you. What's something exciting you've secretly wanted to try but haven't yet? She will tell you her hidden desires. Smile and say, "Let's do it together." She will instantly feel connected to you. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you? She will open up about personal struggles, look into her eyes, and softly say, "You're stronger than you think." She will trust you deeply. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. Imagine you need a friend to help you move to a new apartment. You're worried they'll say no to spend Saturday hauling boxes. But what if I told you there's a trick to make them say yes instead? The foot in the door technique. Here's how it works. Start by asking them to help you pack just one box. They'll likely agree. It's quick, easy, and harmless. Once they say yes, casually add, "Thanks. By the way, could you spare a few hours this Saturday to help move the rest? I'd owe you big time." Boom. They'll feel compelled to keep helping. Their brain thinks, "I already said yes to packing a box. Why stop now?" That tiny yes makes the bigger favor feel like a natural next step. It's a psychological hack. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful. Picture this. Your boss shouts, "This presentation is terrible." Or a friend says, "Your cooking sucks." Now, most people panic or try to defend themselves, but there's a powerful move that can make them either shut down or help you instead. Here's the secret. Ask them what's wrong with it specifically. For example, ask your boss, "What exactly felt off? Tell me specifically. I want to make it better." Reply to your friend, "What's missing? Too spicy? Bland?" Watch them stumble and admit, "Actually, the rice was perfect." Demanding specifics forces them to switch from emotion to logic. Their brain thinks, "Wait, am I sure?" And defensiveness collapses. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. Procrastination is not laziness. Your brain is a gambler. You plan to work, but end up binge-watching Netflix. When you procrastinate, your brain doesn't punish you, it rewards you. Here's how the scam works. 1. I will work later. Brain gets a dopamine high, like a gambler's first win, for escaping work. 2. Delay longer. Brain craves bigger highs. You think about working but don't start. Your brain thinks, "Almost did it," and believe you'll win next time. 3. Deadline hits. Brain loses, but the adrenaline rush of panic becomes its new addiction. Your brain becomes addicted to this cycle, like a junkie chasing a high. Break the cycle. Join Zoltium and learn to control the game. 5 soft spots of a girl to make her yours. Tease her emotions, then stabilize them. Playfully tease her, then be nice. This gentle push-pull creates a connection that makes her want more of you. Listen to her past pain. Don't just ask. Really listen and care. She will connect you with feeling better. Handle her fear of rejection. Make her feel completely secure and wanted. She will naturally feel drawn to your protection. Compliment her hidden qualities. Notice things she doesn't usually show. This will make her feel truly understood, like nobody else can. Find and support her weak spots. Identify what makes her feel secure, then protect it. She will start wanting to be around you all the time. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. You're driving down the street with your partner. She looks at the McDonald's sign and casually says, "Honey, are you hungry?" You look at her and say, "No, I'm not hungry. Thanks for asking though," and keep driving. 5 miles later, she's mad at you and burning with anger. You're confused and thinking, "What the hell?" She wasn't asking about your hunger. She was screaming, "I'm hungry, stop," but you don't get it. If you were hungry, you'd say, "Let's stop, I need food, done." Women don't work like that. They drop hints, hoping you'll notice. Here's another. At a party, she says, "It's so loud here." You laugh, "It's a party," and keep dancing. She wanted to leave. You thought she was talking about the music. They don't ask, they expect you to understand them. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. Why hot girls choose ugly guys. Back in caveman days, survival meant girls needed protectors, not pretty faces. Pregnancy made them vulnerable in ancient times, so their brains wired to crave loyalty, resources, and social smarts over hotness. Their brains are not wired for love at first sight. Science says, when a guy sees a hot girl, his brain explodes with dopamine in 150 milliseconds. But a girl's brain, it analyzes rationally, no dopamine rush. Guess why the world's most famous seducers were not the best looking? Girls build love like a puzzle, one piece at a time. A guy's confidence, humor, and reliability slowly fire up her dopamine circuits. Over time, her brain shifts from, "Is he good for me?" to, "I can't live without him." She doesn't like you now. Watch her change her mind. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. A girl dated a rich, perfect guy and a poor guy, but picked the poor guy after he fooled her with the 10% rule. The rich guy did everything right. He showed up in a luxury car, spent $1,000 on a fancy dinner, and charmed her with perfect jokes and stories. The date was flawless from start to finish, like a movie. Even her mom loved him. The poor guy arrived on a bike, took her to a simple cafe, and spent his last $30. The date was nice, but nothing special, until the last 10%. Here's where he tricked her brain. After dinner, he took her to a quiet rooftop, pulled out a guitar, and played 2 to 3 songs just for her. That final moment burned into her memory. The first date was better overall and ended well, just like the rest of it. The second date was mostly worse, but its ending felt amazing. Even though the first date's ending was actually better, the second date wins because its ending felt like a diamond in dirt compared to the rest of that date. Your brain loves drama. Join Zoltium and dominate your dating game. Control people like a puppeteer and make them do your work. Ask for advice, not help. Walk up to them and say, "What would you do in this situation?" Boom, they just handed you their plan and volunteered to execute it. People love feeling smart. Tell them, "You're a genius. This is exactly what I needed." Now, you've labeled them expert. Their brain will fight to prove it over and over. Act dumb. Stare blankly at anything. Mumble, "I'm not getting this." Watch them sigh, roll their eyes, and take over. Most people would rather do it themselves than explain it twice. After they fix it, smile and say, "You make this look so easy. I'm lucky to have you." You may never see us again. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to control people. Control people like a puppeteer and make them do your work. Ask for advice, not help. Walk up to them and say, "What would you do in this situation?" Boom, they just handed you their plan and volunteered to execute it. People love feeling smart. Tell them, "You're a genius. This is exactly what I needed." Now, you've labeled them expert. Their brain will fight to prove it over and over. Act dumb. Stare blankly at anything. Mumble, "I'm not getting this." Watch them sigh, roll their eyes, and take over. Most people would rather do it themselves than explain it twice. After they fix it, smile and say, "You make this look so easy. I'm lucky to have you." You may never see us again. Join the Zoltium Project and learn to control people. Picture this. You are in a group and notice that someone is making fun of you. How would you handle this? Here's your move. Just look them in the eye and give a little smile. They will feel scared. That was just a small demonstration of power. there's much more waiting for you. Join Zoltium now. Get anyone to agree with you using this simple move. Nod while you are speaking. Why does it work? When you nod, you're sending a subconscious signal that says, this is right, you should agree. The human brain is wired to mirror behaviors, so as you nod, they feel an urge to nod too, and agreement naturally follows. Use this in negotiations, conversations, or moment of persuasion. Join Zoltium now and learn to control people. The deadliest weapon to hack a human being is blink rate. Fast blink signal, I'm lying, or I'm scared. Slow blink say, I own this room. Blink rate is so reliable because it's completely unconscious. You don't even notice when your blink rate changes, and it's super hard to fake it. The easiest target in the room is the one who's blinking fast. Join Zoltium and learn to control people. Never react to emotion with emotion. When someone yells at you or argues, stay calm and keep your cool. Staying silent doesn't mean you're weak. It shows you're strong. It's a simple move, but it's incredibly powerful, and it works every time. When they see they can't affect you, they'll lose control because their mind isn't ready for this response. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful. Politicians use this simple technique to easily control and influence crowds. You can do it too. Here's the secret. After you say something valuable to your listener, pause for a moment and give them time to think. Did you notice what I just did there? This simple pause makes your message more valuable because it sticks in their brain for a while, leading their subconscious to think it's important. Join Zoltium and become powerful. This secret girls don't want you to know. Girls love hearing the story of the moment you first saw them. Tell her what you thought and what made you fall for her. No matter how many times you tell her, she will love hearing it every single time. Tell her this story to fix a fight or just make her smile. It works whether she's your crush, your girlfriend, or just a friend. Her brain replays that memory every time you tell it. Join the Zoltium project and learn to control the game. Always say less than necessary. This means avoiding speaking more than needed. When you talk too much, you give away secrets others can use against you. By talking less, you maintain mystery, which can make others curious about what you think or feel. You also avoid saying stupid things you might regret later. Listen like a predator, speak like a monk. Speaking less also helps you understand others better. It gives you time to plan, time to act clever. Join the Zoltium project and learn to become powerful.